Hi guys, welcome back to part 4 of Let's Play Wasteland. Tonight we're going to be tackling more of Quartz, the outlaw hideout, and then we'll head over to Needles. But first I wanted to mention something that I've been working on. I had a subscriber ask me about how some of the attributes work with some of the skills, and if I knew of any guide out there that showed that. And I told him no, I didn't. And I mentioned that I may try to use statistics and hack the game files with a hex editor, and through repeated processes figure out how these things work together. And so I did start that process, and so far I've actually learned quite a few things that I did not know about this game that I'm not sure if it'll make others surprised or they already knew about it, but I was quite shocked by some of the things I learned. And most of them are things that I shouldn't say most, by half of them are things I had never heard before and I had never read like in any kind of walkthrough or anything like that. So I'll mention a couple things I've discovered so far, and I'll try to explain the process I'm using to do this. But basically, what I'm doing is using a hex editor. Let me show you. And I've opened up one of the decrypted data files, which I had to decrypt, and instead of me going through that whole reverse engineering process, I found the official wiki site had a utility on it to do this as an executable. So I did that. I decrypted the game files and pretty quickly found out on my own where the attributes are. And as an example, you can see here where I have the cursor, it's in 0A, which in hexadecimal means 10. So this whole section here that I've highlighted in yellow are the attributes for a character. This happens to be a character I'm testing with. I just named Daryl, and that's it. I just had one character in order to make this consistent. And so what I'm doing is just bumping or decreasing attributes by one at a time. Very tedious process. But then I'm doing tests, seeing what it does in combat. I'm going to try it against different skills. I'm going to try it just in different situations and gather statistics, and then from that I can sometimes reverse engineer a formula. And what I've discovered so far is quite interesting. I'm going to flip the view back here to DOSBox. So what I've discovered about the weapon skills, like clip pistol, submachine gun, all those types of things, I haven't done demolition or those yet, but so far those weapon skills only impact the chance to hit and the range. They don't impact damage. So if you had, let's say, a 255 clip pistol, it does not matter how far the enemy is, you're going to hit them with the clip pistol. So it's kind of interesting, because what that means is some of the weapons have a built-in default range, and for a rifle, for example, can shoot farther. So having the rifle skill higher isn't really needed as much, because you're going to hit the enemy at shorter distances, even medium distances, with or without the skill. Clip pistol, on the other hand, has a very short range by default because they're clip pistols. So bumping that up higher makes you actually be able to hit things super far away if you get it high enough. And it's pretty crazy. What I was discovering was at about, I have my table loaded here that I've been filling in with statistics. What I did was I took 17 shots against the same enemy, and I kept reloading the game. I'm using Goliath from the Citadel in order to do these tests, because he stands still, he doesn't move, and his armor's really high. So what I'm doing is bumping the clip pistol by 1, testing it out with a given weapon. And here's what I've discovered so far. If your clip pistol is 1 out of 17 shots, I only missed twice from 10 feet. Now that's standing right next to him. At 20 feet, so if you double the distance, clip pistol 1 out of 17 shots, I had 13 misses. So the misses are huge compared just going from 10 feet to 20 feet. 30 feet, you can't hit at all with clip pistol 1. Now if I bump that to 2, level 2, I had no misses at 10 feet. Interestingly enough, just because random chance, I had 15 misses at 20 feet. So it went up, but statistically it's about the same. Once I got clip pistol to level 3, again, can't miss at 10 feet. At 20 feet, now I've only missed 10 times out of 17. Finally, once I got up to clip pistol 4, at 20 feet, I only had 2 misses. So there's a sweet spot, and I think the way this is actually going to end up working when I reverse engineer the formula is the game is capable of having 1 foot increments from enemies. So you could have an enemy at 13 feet, 14 feet, 15 feet. So this skill is somehow working out to be sensitive at the 1 or 2 foot level. Now just to take this to an extreme with a clip pistol, once I had 18 clip pistol at 58 feet, I could not miss. I hit 17 times in a row. So that's just an example as it starts getting further and further away and you're not going to miss. So anyway, that's one interesting thing I learned about the weapon skills. The attributes themselves, like strength, dexterity, and all that, those were very peculiar. It does not seem to correlate at all with the weapon skills. So it really what's happening is, let's take dexterity for example. Dexterity is used for hitting with a ranged weapon. It increases your chance to hit. So if your dexterity is really high, it basically makes all weapon skills useless in combat. Ranged weapon skills, I should say. Because you don't need them anymore. Because with a high dexterity, I mean, I just faked it out and had dexterity at 255, which you probably don't need anywhere near that to reproduce this. But at 89 feet, I was able to hit Goliath, never miss, with a clip pistol. So it magically makes pistols suddenly be able to shoot super far. So that's what dexterity seemed to do. That's all I could find that it did so far. I have not got into non-combat skills though, so I'm sure it impacts those. Now luck was the biggest surprise for me. With luck, it did not impact at all your chance to hit an enemy. What it did impact for both melee and ranged attacks was damage. So it was actually more effective to have a higher luck than higher strength or any other skill like dexterity. Dexterity did increase the damage for a ranged weapon. It basically adds to whatever the base weapon is. So if, let's say you're attacking with a clip pistol, which does, maybe 13 damage on average, your dexterity damage increase just adds on to that. So, for example, the tests I was doing, if you have 255 dexterity, if you shoot with a clip pistol, you're going to do basically 125 to 130 damage. And actually, you know what? Now that I'm looking at this, I take this back. This is with melee weapons. With melee weapons, dexterity increases your damage. That was one of the surprises. It increases your chance to hit with a ranged, but it does not increase the damage on the ranged. it does increase damage on melee attacks, which was shocking. In fact, I didn't even think the manual mentioned that. I thought that it talked about strength impacting melee damage, but not dexterity. Now, strength also impacts melee damage, but it's at the same rate as dexterity. So with 255 strength or 255 dexterity, with your fists punching someone, you'll do between 125 and 130 damage. So it's just crazy. If you cut it way back to, let's say, 100 strength or 100 dexterity, you will do between 48 and 53 damage with your fists punching someone. Now, if you have 100 of both, they add together. So you'll end up doing, roughly 100 damage instead of 50. So it's very linear. For every point of strength that you gain or every point of dexterity you gain, it does impact the amount of damage you do. It seems like there's a base 1d6, so 1 to 6 damage that you do, and if your strength is higher or too low, it will just subtract or add to that a fixed amount. Now the luck was the one that surprised me about melee attacks and ranged attacks. Like I said, it's kind of like how strength works. If you have 255 luck, you're going to do between 125 and 130 damage, either melee or ranged. So luck is by far the best attribute to do damage to an enemy. It's crazy. And again, it does add, just like the strength and dexterity bonuses. It'll add all these together and then produce the result. So that's why I was kind of surprised that these did not impact the actual weapon skills. They're not related. The weapon skills are just your chance to hit and how far you can hit. Let's see, anything else I discovered so far? Okay, agility doesn't impact your chance to hit at all. All it does is impact your dodge. And with 255 agility, I did a whole bunch of tests, and Goliath, that really strong, powerful enemy, missed 50 out of, actually missed 49 out of 50 shots. So he only hit one time out of 50 with the 255 agility. So agility can actually be extremely useful in this game. I never really thought it was that big of a deal because the manual just kind of acted like it wasn't. But since taking damage is such a huge thing in this game, being able to dodge is quite important. In fact, it almost makes armor useless, at least from regular attacks. Okay, what else did I figure out here? IQ had no impact on any kind of combat stuff. And the armor was quite interesting, what I figured out about enemies. And I'll have to analyze more before I talk about that because I'm still not 100% sure how that's working. But there's something weird going on with the armor. And it was kind of interesting. I can talk about brawling. All that brawling does is for every increase of 2, you get an extra attack in melee range. So a brawling of 1 and 2, or actually 1, you don't get any bonus attack with brawling of 1. It's the same as not having brawling. Suddenly brawling 2 and 3, 2 attacks. Brawling 4 and 5, 3 attacks. And just so on. Just very linear that way. Okay, so that's enough of that. I'm going to go ahead and start playing here. Like I said, we're going to pick up from where we were last time. Alright, so we're going to head to the hideout. Now there's 2 ways to get in the hideout. One way is a sneaky way where you can actually kind of go through the alley and use a rope and sneak in. And the other way is to just go in through the front door but use a certain password to get in an easy way. So I'm not really sure which way to do. I'm kind of torn on this. I can raise my perception skill, I believe, if I go in through the alley. So let me try that maybe. Okay. So if we push up against the wall here, it says we might be able to use a rope. So we'll see if I have one. I'm pretty sure I do. Yep. So there we go. So we've climbed onto the roof here. And on the right side, you will see glass. And it says it might be possible to break the glass and jump down, which we can, but I believe this increases our perception skill in some way. And I don't know if just walking does it or if I have to use my skill. So there's a gunman. Let me see if I can find him. There they are. Gunman's trying to run away. Let's chase after him. There they are. Okay. So now that I know what I know about the weapon skills, I kind of know how far I can actually attack to actually hit them. I'm just going to get in melee range here. Okay, took him out. So now I want to see if I go into combat and I run, if it increases any experience. Yeah, so see, we're getting experience points by just walking by this glass. It's quite interesting. Oops, I radioed in. I didn't want to do that. We're going to run forward again. Once again, you just get these weird random experience points. It's kind of interesting how it seems so random. So that was just to show you how this worked. So I'm just going to keep moving up and down here and getting some experience for a little bit here. There we go. So Holly just raised her perception skill to level 3. Okay, so now let me see if she still gets experience. First, I actually leveled up just from doing this, walking around. Okay, Hunter. Let's see, since I know how important dexterity is now for melee damage and a chance to hit, kind of tempted to put some points into that, but luck for the damage, yeah, he's only got 6 luck. Let's do that. Mayor Pedros, okay. You have weak hit points or max con. Let's increase that. Okay, so again, let's run and see if Holly gets any experience, or if it's maxed out at level 3 perception. Yeah, she still got it. That's crazy. Not really sure why the developers made this happen, the experience trick. And I actually found this experience trick out on my own, kind of by accident. When I played this 20 whatever years ago, I was in combat and I'm like, wait a minute, why did I just get experience? And then I realized you can kind of use it outside of combat if you just say E, start battle, run, and it'll show you if there's something weird or hidden going on. I don't want to bore you guys too much by doing this, but do it just a little bit more. Might and Magic 2 review, when? Someone asked in the chat. Not really sure. I do take requests if someone puts it on my request video. And of course, if someone's a Patreon supporter and they request it, and they're at level the $10 reward, then it goes first in the queue. So it's basically whoever either does that, or just if I feel like doing it at some point, kind of use my own discretion on those. But if it's Patreon, I definitely do it next. Okay, let's see if anybody else leveled up. Alright, Daryl, so you got increase. Let's do IQ. Kronos, he's the doctor. Or medic, I should say. He's not doctor yet. Let's see, his luck's pretty bad, but that's 2 IQ again. Holly. Wow, she leveled up twice. Let's give her some luck. Hunter leveled up again. Sweet. And even our NPC, Christina, leveled up. Let's see. Let's give her some luck too. Mayor Pedros again. Let's try to catch up his hit points again. Alright, that's good enough. Let's go ahead and break this glass. There's different ways to do it. Let's see if I can use strength. Might be possible to break it. Okay, let's use an item. Let's use an axe. There we go. So now we have to fight all these people because we went in this way. If you go on the front, you can sneak around without actually fighting. Alright. Let's use a burst from Hunter. So Hunter killed one of them. Christina, 23 damage with an axe. Pretty sweet. So they're out of range for melee attacks here. So I'm going to run closer to this one. Okay, he did not run away. If you have a melee weapon and there's only one in range, you're not asked if you want to attack a certain one. It automatically figures that out, which is good. Some clips and some cash. Pistolero. Let's just see if I can take this out with a shot or two. Alright, Hunter. Some ammo. He can't carry anymore. Okay. Take these clips just because I can sell them. Now, one thing that's a little challenging in the game is whoever makes the kill gets the experience. So sometimes the characters that are stronger or have the better weapon actually end up getting all the experience. So it's tricky on how to handle that, because you want the others to level up also. Sometimes you just have to sit back and let the weaker ones do the attacks. Let's get closer. Okay. Oh, I can attack those now. Burst. Alright. We are on a roll here. I'm going to be full after getting all this ammo. So this guy's just kind of blocking the door here. So we have to hit E to encounter him. Back off or I'll shoot. Yeah, that's what you think, buddy. I'm ugly and you're not. That's funny. Okay, let's see if we can open it up. Pick lock maybe. Sweet, raised it to level 3. Now somewhere in here is a safe. There it is on the wall. I think you can find it with perception. No, actually there's a bug in the PC version where you can't find it with the perception skill. I think you have to use clip pistol or something really stupid. Let me see if that bug actually works. So Daryl has clip pistol skill 3. So I'm going to use that. Use 3. Nothing happens. Maybe I need to use it in place. Nothing happens. Maybe it's here. Let's see if I run. If that shows it. Yeah. So again, moving back and forth in front of this gives experience. So somebody's eventually going to find it, I believe. Let's see who it is. I'll just get my fingers going here, back and forth. Free experience for the goofiest things. Alright, who's going to find it? Wow. Nothing yet. Should make me level up though. Alright, we finally got him up to 30 hit points. Keep calling him hit points. I'm such a roleplay game at heart. Max Con is what it's called. Alright. Come on. I know you gotta find it. Oh, now I finally found it. Okay, there we go. Man, you saw how many times that took going back and forth. So we could either enter the combination or try to open it. So I'm going to try to open it. No avail. I don't know if... Let's do in combat and see if we get experience for using a skill. Somebody has safe crack, I think. Who is it? Maybe I don't have it. Alarm disarm for Christina. Okay, I don't have it. So we shall use the combination, which was given by Huey, Dewey, and Louie. And it is 11, 16, 27. Clicks open. Alright. Yes! 600 bucks cash. Kevlar vest, grenade, Sabo rocket. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. If it's Sabot or Sabo or what. But we're taking all of this stuff. Sweet. Okay. So Daryl has that armor. Let's give it to someone else, this new armor. Let's see. Give it to Kronos. Where is it? Kevlar vest. Trade Kronos. So his armor class right now is 1. Now it is 4. Sweet. Okay. Nice. So now this next room has a girl we can try to save. Her name's Felicia. It's actually Mayor Pedro's wife. She's strapped up with a bomb, so the guy in here is Ugly, I believe. That's his name. Yeah, Ugly says, "Let me walk out of here alive and I'll give you the code that will let you disarm the bomb." You don't look like you could do without it. Is it a deal? So you can either kill him and then try to run over, I believe, to Felicia quickly, if you kill him real quick. Or we can say, yes, it's a deal, and take the combo. So no, it's not a deal. We're just going to blow him away. I like how they have individual graphics for some of these unique characters. That's pretty sweet. I mean, the amount of time that they put into creating these unique picks. It's pretty darn sweet. I'm just going to unload. I'm going to do an auto with that machine gun, with that Uzi, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so he died. Now let's see if I can get over to her quickly enough. Ah, there's another guard. Trying to minimize my time away from her. Too far for me to hit unless I use my auto. Okay, now you see Felicia's bomb flashing yellow and red lights. So let's see, I thought I had bomb disarm. I think demolition works too. Demolitions. I'll try it. The red light's still flashing, but we stopped the yellow light. Yeah, so it works. So demolition can disable that bomb. So that makes bomb disarm even more useless in the game. Alright, so we saved her. Got plastic explosives. And I think she can join our party. But we already have 2 other NPCs. I'm kind of afraid to do that because I know there's another one in here that's better. Let's see if we can pick this lock or if we're going to have to use plastic explosives. Let's do our test here. Oh, there's Felicia. So, use skill, pick lock to the right. Do we get any experience? That's the question. We do. Okay, so that gives me hope that that can actually work. Just kind of tedious. Yeah, Dan Man X2 in the chat said I'm currently trying to play through this too. Seems like a fun game. It is. It's a long game, but it's really fun. The developers did an awesome job. And while the graphics, aren't anything to write home about, it's still fun. Alright. Not have much luck here. But you know how this game works. You can try something 1,000 times and then all of a sudden it works. So this will be a good instance of when I can do my tests to see what levels skills work against these types of things and figure that out using statistics. Radios. So leveled up. Okay. So Holly still didn't level up. There we go. See? I don't know how many times I did that. Maybe 50 times. I finally got in. Holy cow! Yes! $14.68 in cash. That is sweet. Save the game. Oh yeah, and an Uzi. Could use another one of those. We'll give it to Kronos maybe. They'll have to drop something here. Let's just drop one of these clips. The 9mm works with the Uzi, I believe. Yes, it does. So that's sweet. Now, I need to give Holly some better armor. I'll have her drop one of those clips. Give her the bulletproof shirt. Have him equip the Uzi. Now I got 2 Uzi users. That is sweet. Alright, so I'm getting somewhere with my armor. And Mayor Pedro's could actually use a leather jacket that I have. Where is it? There we go. Alright. Oh, another bulletproof shirt. Okay, well Christina can have that one. Maxed out on ammo, pretty much. Jewelry, okay, we can sell that. Christina, equip your new armor. Alright, so we're done here. Let's go get Ace, who's the other NPC. Kronos will start getting some experience now. How far away are these guys? Okay, so they're closer. More cash. Might end up getting that flamethrower. The flamethrower is the only weapon in the game that doesn't use a skill to increase its chance to hit. But my guess is when I do my testing that your attributes will still work with it. But only time will tell with that. Okay, I have somebody in melee range. Oh, there's a bunch in melee range. Here we go. Holly's weapon jammed. So let's unjam it. Mayor Pedro's got knocked out. Alright, Holly finally took somebody out. Look at all the loot. Pedros, you gotta wake up, bud. There we go. I have to sell a bunch of these clips. Nothing in there. Okay, I remember that it's down here somewhere. Let's just get in melee range, take this guy out quickly. Okay, here we go. So one of these cells is Ace. Once again, let's try Picklock. Let's do our test to see if we're actually getting experience. Yep. Okay, you know what that means. It can work. It's a good way to bump up her level too, because she sure isn't getting much experience in combat. Skill. Tedious. So using strength doesn't work. It says it doesn't seem to work. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So Ace, join the party, bub. higher. I always thought it's funny that they reuse this graphics quite a bit in the game. It looks like some kind of destroyed city in the background there. Like a true wasteland city. Read paragraph 35. Let's do it. Got my paragraphs book. Paragraph 35. Okay, here we go. A man sits up in a cell and stretches his arms. He squints at you as if you're brighter than the desert sun, then allows a small smile to grace his tan, weathered face. Rangers, I should have known. Listen, I've been sent down from Vegas to recruit folks who know the right end of a gun from the wrong. Bandits ain't the only thing crawling out of the desert, and we've got war in our hands. Interested in heading back with me? Sure, why not? Let's check them out here. So we've got our party full now. We have 3 NPCs. So you can see his attributes are pretty good. He's ranked specialist, so he's a pretty good level. He already has 6 skill points ready to be spent too. So the other cell is empty, by the way. No point going in there. And here I know there's some chemicals you can get. I'm going to run up to melee attack and hit these guys. Oh, they ran away. Okay. Well, we'll just take you out from range then. Alright. These guys are pain in the butt. Mayor Pedro's got knocked unconscious again. I was trying to climb that table, but I couldn't. Maybe I could use the climbing skill to do it, but I'll just have to walk around it. Okay. These guys should be able to take them out melee range. There we go. We got another slot to add items to. Ace can carry some of this stuff. Okay, I think it's here in the corner. 2 super ninja koi dogs surprise you. I wonder if your agility would impact that. That's something I need to test at some point. Alright, now I think I might have to use perception skill here. Once again, let's do our special test. No experience. Okay, then that means we have to explicitly use something. Who has that skill? Is it Holly? Yes. Let me see if she's getting experience from this. Skill, perception below. No, she isn't. I know there's something here. I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm thinking of a different spot. There's a place where you can get chemicals. Ah, here it is. Okay. So that was just the surprise attack. This cabinet's locked. Well, let's open it. There we go. Fruits again. Another locked cabinet. Pick lock's very useful. Lots of cash. Sweet. Alright, we're getting there, guys. We're almost done with this building. Just gotta clean out a few of these goofballs. Pistoleros, or however you pronounce that. Pistoleros. We'll have to equip Ace also, give him some good stuff. These guys are actually in the behind that cell or whatever that is, that fence. That's hilarious. So they're being locked up by somebody. Well, we'll just shoot them down. The dogs can't even hit you. It's just target practice. Reminds me of a Megadeth song about being so brave where you shoot an animal basically like in a cage. That's what I feel like I'm doing right now. Of course, he's making fun of hunters, the hunters that just kill things to kill them, you know. Alright, let's go over here, take out a few more guys. Alright. This is why these types of games take so long to beat. You know, a lot of modern games just, they're not slow like this. They're not turn-based. Everything happens real time, or which they can be super fun too. I mean, I play Warcraft 3 a lot, Frozen Throne. That's a real-time strategy game. But good old turn-based games like this, you can play for the same one for sometimes months before you beat it. It's all just a matter of preference. Wow, really? Another one? Okay. And I'm not trying to say Warcraft 3 is modern by any means. I mean, that came out, the Frozen Throne, I think in like 2003 or 4 or something. So it's pretty old too, but nothing like these old games. It's all relative, I guess. Wow. There's a lot of pistoleros. This is probably one of the most tedious parts of the game. I remember this. I never really liked having to kill all these guys. But we could use the experience and the loot. There we go. Now, the question is there something here? It's a bookcase. No, I don't think so. Alright, and I'm not going to bother climbing that fence, I don't think. Well, okay. I'll show you if it works. Climb. I don't think it'll work with the whole party, so let me disband Daryl this way. Let's do our encounter test. Ah! No. Yes. Use skill climbing. Yep, so you can climb this. His skill's just too bad to do it. There we go. Daryl's on his own with a coy dog. You saw I got 2 attacks there. That's because of my brawling skill. So just a little cash and clip, which I don't need. Now I have to climb back over. There we go. Okay. Order's still good, so we can exit. Alright, so we are done with this. Let's go to the shop, sell the booty. 5,000 bucks. Sweet. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I'm not using these 7.62 millimeters right now. I guess I'll just sell them. Those are great with the assault rifles. I am just using... Yeah, I don't think I need that. Well, I could give the rifle the ace maybe. I'll wait and see. I'm not going to use all these grenades right now. 45 I don't need. Okay. Alright. Let's see the next guy here. I do need to keep some fruit because you have to use that later to get a couple of the better NPCs, and then I'll probably end up dropping Mayor Pedro's, maybe Ace, depending on how good I'm doing at that point. Okay. I'll probably end up trading that ammo to Ace because I think a rifle probably uses that. Once again, don't need the jewelry. Don't need that pistol anymore. I can give the leather jacket to Ace. Let's get rid of these 45s. Okay, Christina. Get rid of her pistol. He can just kind of store extra ammo. That's what I'll use him for right now. Except 45s I don't need. Up to 6,300 bucks, guys. I could of course sell the fruit for more money at that farmer place, but I don't feel like running all the way over there. Alright, 6,500 bucks. Man, that makes me want to buy a flamethrower. I'm going to do it just to show you. Okay, that gets 60 shots, I know. So we'll have Ace use the flamethrower. Alright, so let's give him leather armor when I find it. There it is, leather jacket. Sweet. Okay. Now I gotta pay attention to the flamethrower and make sure it doesn't run out of ammo. Oh, there is another flamethrower for sale. So I could always buy another one. But anyway, if I don't let it do 60 total shots and I bring back and sell and rebuy, I believe it'll be full again. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Alright, so next thing to do is one of the silliest moments in the game when Ace turns on this or fixes this Jeep for us. You ready for this? That's it. That's all it does. It just takes us to the next town, which is Needles. After a long journey, it sputters and wheezes and finally stops, luckily in a gas station. This former gas station is now really only a garage. Or for you Brits out there, garage. Okay. So that's where you can use engine fixing, I think, to make this thing go somewhere else later, but can't do that right now. You want me to fix it? Your Jeep's busted. He says he needs a new engine. See, you already have one. He takes it from you. That'll be $100. Come back with me when you have the cash. I do have the cash, buddy. Your Jeep is now fixed. So I had to give the money to the first character, whoever is in the front of the party. Alright, so it's supposedly fixed. Do you want to leave Needles right now? No, we don't want to. Okay, so we're in Needles. And this is probably going to be... I know I'm not going to be able to complete this, so I'll just kind of talk about a few areas in here. So we're at the gas station. To the north of here is Temple of Blood. That's kind of the core area to beat Needles. And I remember that kind of being quite tedious too, because a lot of the enemies are ranged and you got to try to get it within range, and they keep popping out of nowhere. There's this weird concept of a blood staff that you have to get and use. It's kind of like a quest item that allows you to progress onward. And it's kind of funny because you can find imitation blood staffs that don't work. And so you have to find this blood staff verifier in order to get the correct blood staff. There's a hot dog stand. There's a place to gamble called Club Acapulco. There's a waste pit where you can find some pretty good equipment, if I remember right. Shifting sands. That you might be able to increase your climbing skill there. I'm not really sure. But anyway, I'll save that for another time. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you next time.